Sago, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third episode of Akwesasne Review, the first TV station dedicated to bringing you news and highlights from in and around Akwesasne.
And as always, we are your panel of hosts. I'm Ryan King.
I'm Fallan Davis.
And I'm Benny Herne.
Our first topic for today, the fire station break-in on Cornwall Island.
Going Noga.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a sad commentary in today's day and age that people are breaking and entering into public domains to steal. And especially, to you guys we were highlighting earlier is this is a public place where they help people. It's a volunteer station.
Exactly. And I think that's the biggest blow to the community is that it's 100% volunteer. None of them are paid. There's no direct funding, for this type of organization. Everything that they depend on is community-driven funds, fundraising, donations. You'll see them standing out by their entryway over here down the road, and they're standing there selling tickets. They're standing there, with donation buckets and stuff like that. So it's 100% community fundraising driven, and a robbery has to occur. That's like you said. It's kind of one of those things where you just look at it, you're like, really? Like you're gonna steal from the fire station?
I know my personal thought of it is I hope they catch whoever did it. Now, we do have something positive to look at from this is as soon as it happened, word spread on social media and it went like wildfire. I don't know how many shares it got on Facebook, but it went out there. We're looking for the perpetrators that did this. And it didn't take very long for some information to come through. So what do we know about that?
Do you want to take that one? You're kind of our social media queen.
I'm still stuck in the part where I just want to make a reminder, that a lot of our firefighters are working out of the kindness of their hearts for their community. They're volunteers. They're not paid to do the things that they do. They're leaving their own families to go out and help other community members. So I just wanted to add that in there before we moved forward into where we're at.
Absolutely.
Well,
so
I'm sorry, go ahead.
some of these stuff was recovered.
Mm-hmm. I know they were able to locate a lot of the items. They did apprehend somebody. I guess the rainbow at the end of the story was that some of the things were able to be recovered, and they did find out who did it ultimately. And we do have closure to the story, but again, like you said, purely volunteer, purely, an organization that's 100% for this community. So, it's one of those things where let's wise up. Come on now.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'd like to thank the community once again for getting out there, sharing the post, and making sure that we did help apprehend the culprits in this ridiculous crime. So we're going to move on to our next portion of this, and we're going to talk a little bit about social media again, but this time in terms of how it is affecting a decision made in regards to St. Regis Mohawk Tribe and the contract in terms of our ambulance service. Now, information, bits and pieces are still coming into Akwesasne TV, but we can talk about what's been going on social media. So what have we seen so far?
The ambulance issue, my goodness.
Hot topic. It's definitely
definitely
a
a hot button topic. It's still a hot button topic, and this has been going on for well over a week now, and it's almost to the point we can't go a day without seeing something new pops up about the ambulance situation. And I think one thing we can say 100%, with absolute positivity is that this community is all about making sure that our community is taken care of when it comes to our ambulance and emergency services. At the forefront of every argument, of every opinion, everybody always stating, we need to be taking care of our own. Everybody is in agreement. When it comes to the tribe, when it comes to MCA, everybody has said we need to be taking care of our own and making sure if there's an emergency, Akwesasne is prepared, and our response times, we're not sitting here an extra 30, 45 minutes. I know that was one of the concerns that some people had shared was the extended time. How long is it going to take for someone from, the other places that they had contracted out or whatever, whatever the place or the case may be. How long is it going to take them to get here if the Akwesasne ambulance service isn't our primary care?
And see, that's what I wanted to hit on as well, is although it's a hot topic and a hot button throughout our community at this time, you got to think of the awareness that's being brought forward. Maybe there's concerns that maybe were not in the heads of some of our tribal leaders at this point. So maybe the fact that people are putting information on Facebook and social media and Twitter, this is an opportunity now for them to say, hey, there are concerns out there that we need to address. And as your leaders of our community, this is what topics and this is how we're going to address it at this point. So again, there's always seems to be a silver lining. So regardless how negative that situation may be, how can we move forward from it? How can we grow? How can we learn? And how can we learn or make it not happen again?
All right, right.
Well, I know that on social media there was a lot of, the reason why it's a hot topic is because there's so much emotion involved in the situation. A lot of people feel like we were becoming a unified community again, because, it's obvious that there was divisions in our community, so everyone's been working really hard to unify to make us stronger again. So I know that some people were worried that this division in deciding to have another ambulance come in was just another conquer and divide. But when I think about the ambulance, one thing that I know in my heart is how hard our elders had worked to fundraise and get the monies together initially to even bring an ambulance here, because we didn't always have it. They actually fundraised and they bought a second-hand ambulance just so that we would have services, because we didn't have anything like that. So I think that this is an issue that will be resolved with the best intentions of everybody. I know that there's more meetings to come with them, so.
But I think bottom line is everyone needs to remember, though, so regardless of where you live, whether it be Roosevelt Town, Snai, St. Regis, Hogansburg, stateside, Canadian side, everybody within the community of Akwesasne will be covered in case of medical emergencies.
Yeah.
So on the forefront, we don't need to necessarily worry about that, because wherever you are, you will get an ambulance if need be. So that is something good that came out of it. So we just wanted to outline that as well, that regardless where you live, there is going to be ambulance service for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had, a couple of public statements from both sides, from the tribal chiefs and from Grand Chief Abram Benning himself. He did put out a statement on his social media page, and I believe he did post something on his government Grand Chief page. And again, to echo your point, both sides have said our safety and security and emergency measures
priority number one.
Are priority number one in this community. So I think that we are in agreement on that side when it comes to both sides, and whatever the situation is, we just have to come to that amenable agreement to where, we're.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm proud of our community
we're not
too, because
arguing
you know
on
what?
social media.
It's been a very good debate on Facebook, what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
So it's not been a lot of finger pointing. It's not been derogatory in any terms. It's more or less, let's come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Let's come to a settlement. But at least, again, it's raising awareness. And that's
Yeah.
all that social media can do for us right now, is
Yeah.
making sure that people have a voice. And if it's social media, if it's a town hall meeting, if it's a community meeting, however they choose to participate, people are coming out.
Yeah.
And that's a good sign. That
Yeah.
means people are willing to say what they want to say.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome how the community itself is that they've said it themselves on the social media stuff. When people have posted not so nice comments and not so nice, I guess it's editorials, I think, if you want to put it that way. There's community members, majority of the community members have come forward and said, you know what, let's wait for the facts to come out. Let's wait for things
Correct.
to actually be stated in official capacity. And like you said, there's a meeting that's coming up specifically for this, for the community. Let's wait until we hear from our leaders. Let's wait until we hear from the people who made this decision on why and what's going to happen after, this whatever
And
date.
the settlements that Fallan actually spoke about in terms of, bringing it to light, but also we can't forget the hard work and dedication that comes forward from, our firefighters, our EMS staff, our police department. These are public service that are working within a community. But more importantly, these are people that are, at times volunteering. I mean, a lot of it's service, but they go to school, they go to specific trainings to make sure that they get proper care. We've all known or been involved in something where they've helped us, so we can't, tell them enough how much we appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily the lightest of work to do. I mean,
Oh,
it's long
absolutely not.
hours,
It's-
probably, yeah.
Yeah, it
So-
takes a special person to work in the medical field, and we
Yeah.
definitely appreciate you all for doing that, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, we've covered two pretty good topics here. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back with Akwesasne Review, episode number 3.
Hi, Everett from Furniture Weekend. My wife Kathy and I are wondering, since it's cold outside and you're spending more time inside, are you noticing that your sofa's worn out, your mattress has a sag, or your recliner needs replacing? See us for all your furniture needs. From rustic to contemporary, we've got it. Furniture Weekend, 44 Duane Street, Malone, open 10 to 5, Friday through Sunday or by chance or appointment. And remember, at Furniture Weekend, we open less, so you pay less.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is episode 3 of Akwesasne Review, and we have actually a really fun topic right now. This past Sunday, the Akwesasne Mohawk Casino hosted its 4th bridal show, and as luck would have it, actually one of our panelists is looking forward to that big day herself. So, Fallan, you went to the bridal show. What can you tell us about the show?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, as a bride, it was, I guess it was very handy to have an event where everybody comes together because it minimized a lot of the legwork that I would have
It's a
had
one-stop
to
shop.
have done. Yes,
One-stop
exactly.
shop, right.
However, at the same time, it was a little bit overwhelming. So it was kind of a double-edged sword. However, it allowed me to put some things into perspective of how I want my wedding or my reception to go. It raised some questions maybe that I hadn't really thought about. So it was a lot of fun. It was really well put together. It's very...
Well, working at the casino myself, I've been participating in the bridal show for the last 4 times. I've emceed it, and I've also been one of the models for the tuxedo shops. And to Fallan's point, is a very overwhelming experience, specifically because we have 32 vendors crowded into a small banquet space. We had a harp player in the hallway, and we actually, that was pretty cool
Yeah.
too. And then we also have promotion on the side, so everyone that came in got to swipe their Winners Club card for a chance to win a hotel stay and maple room dinner. And plus, when you went in, you actually got a card. If you visited every one of the vendors, you could be entered in for a $5,000 package with the Akwesasne Mohawk Casino. So there was a lot going on. Was there any vendors that stuck out specifically to you that you can remember right offhand that was really cool?
Yeah, there was. Well, what I liked is that a lot of the vendors were actually really interactive. So there was like some chocolates where you could have samples of adult chocolates. There was photo booths that you could actually get in, and I just thought that it was just a sample, but I actually pressed the button and went through the motions of being in a photo booth, and then the pictures actually printed. And they said that it was the casino bridal show right on the pictures, so I had like a little, something when I
So do you
went
have
home.
your dress picked out already, or
I
was there
did.
anything you liked?
Oh my God. I had 3 dresses that I really liked. However, the venues that I tried my dresses on with were actually present at the casino, and they had all of their models wearing all of my dresses that I was interested in. So I'm not wearing those dresses anymore.
Anyone makes wedding dresses, she's looking for an authentic,
So
one of a
wanted to be
kind.
a
One of a
surprise.
kind over here.
Back on the hunt. So it was
Yeah,
really fun.
But we are definitely looking forward to doing more at the casino with these. We did get around 350 people walking through. So again, it's a great
Right.
event for them. They promote the casino, promote the venue, the fact they do catering, the fact that they'll make sure everything's taken care of from the back end. Sometimes it's a big relief for a bride or bride-to-be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
Oh my God.
Well, Akwesasne TV did actually follow Fallan around. Well, she did go to eats and not every vendor.
Oh, we have
But-
I did go to every
some
vendor.
But she did go to every vendor. But we did, follow her around,
Oh.
and we caught the moment on camera. So let's take a look.
Awesome.
So my name is Fallan Davis. I'm here as a bride at today's bridal show. Did you have fun today? I did have a lot of fun. I came with my mom. This is my 2nd bridal show, but I found that this one was the most helpful because it's here in our area. This is where I'm going to be having my wedding locally so that family and friends can attend. So it was really nice to see all of the people that are here to help. Yay, high five. High five. So I hope you enjoyed that footage because I sure did. So we have Leonardo Dicaprio's acceptance speech at the Golden Globe Awards.
Ooh, that was kind of cool. As everyone knows, Leonardo DiCaprio just came out with his new movie, The Revenant. top 3 right now, still in the box office. But more importantly, he started bringing up topics and issues related to Aboriginal peoples, which is, to me, a little bit of a surprise, but it was a good surprise. What do you guys think?
We got a bit of a shout out towards the end of his speech. I haven't seen the movie. I honestly didn't really know what it was about yet. So, all of a sudden, the social media started blowing up. Oh my God, Leonardo DiCaprio gave us a shout out, and so I had to check, the YouTube videos and all that stuff the next day to find out actually what he did say. And he did give a pretty hefty shout out to the
Aboriginal peoples
communities.
looking out for Mother Earth, ensuring that we're taking care of her, because as a collective society, I mean, pollution, and all these radicals that are in the air that are affecting our planet, it comes from us. It comes from people. And he's just raising that awareness once again that, we had it right. We're trying to fix Mother Earth, and we need to all do our part in it. So I thought that was cool, again, for that shout out on his part. He didn't have to, but he did.
Yeah. And I think part of the reason that he did was because he's not only just worked with Native and Aboriginal people in the cast, but he's been part of other movements in the past couple of years. I know he was part of a different environmental movement in New York City.
Right.
A couple
I don't
years
know
ago,
more.
So, yep.
He was actually with Johnny Depp doing that. I mean, he's very big on making sure that the issues that are plaguing our Aboriginal Native American communities are at the forefront.
Yeah.
I don't know what his connection is, but I mean, that's great. Somebody in that type of power and that type of setting that is actually advocating for us, that's good news.
Right.
That's absolutely good news.
I haven't seen the movie yet. I know it's on my to-do list,
Uh-huh.
especially, with all the buzz that it's getting. I know me and Fallan were discussing earlier that she did go see it, and we were talking back and forth, is it really a good movie? Is it really Native-centric? So I think she can probably speak to a little bit more.
Akwesasne review
what the
coming to a
movie-
theater near you. We're going to go watch this movie.
We'll be reporting live from the movie theater. Well, actually, Fallan did say she went and
I
saw
did
the
watch
movie
it.
herself.
I went and watched it only because he had, this whole Golden Globe thing just blew up everywhere on social media. So I did glance over. I went and checked it out. I do think it's a super cool movie, like the special effects in there, and he gets beaten by a bear, and
Hey, don't give away too much.
Right.
Don't give it I didn't watch it either.
I'm only sporting the bear because I am a bear
The bear should've
mom,
gotten an Academy
and
Award.
that bear mom just took care of business, just the way I would have.
go.
So.
Well, I'll tell you what, Leonardo DiCaprio has come a long way since Gilbert Grape, and congratulations to him on his Golden Globe Award.
Yeah.
So we give you props, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, and with that, we'll go to a quick commercial break.
Looking for a unique dining experience with formal decor? Need to plan an event? Outside the Box provides you with an atmosphere and event planners to create your vision of the perfect event. Whether it be elegant, timeless, playful, retro, or rustic, indoor or outdoor, we can create your dream event. We also rent linens, lighting, and more. Join us Friday nights for an open mic night and stop by Tux on the Edge Designs for over 75 styles to match your formal wear for wedding, prom, quinceañera, and more.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, we're going to switch topics once again. We've covered a lot today, but now we're going to talk about midwinter ceremonies in Akwesasne. What does it mean to our community, and what does it involve? And we're going to turn that over to Fallan and tell us what you think about it.
Well, our midwinter ceremonies is a time for, it's our transition from the previous year into the new. Just because, in midwinter we follow with the suns and the planetary rulers and stuff like that, so we don't really function off of a calendar, so it's a time where we renew our ashes, or we put our best wishes out, we leave things in the past, we look forward to the future, we stir those ashes, we use lots of energy to hope for the best for the upcoming year. We think about all of the plants, the foods, everything you want to see manifest in your new year. It's also a time for both male and female babies to be named in the house. So that's always so cute to see all of these babies. So, yeah.
Cool. It's like a rite of passage, and I personally have never been to one yet. But I know just from the sounds of it, it sounds like a really cool opportunity to see what happens at midwinter ceremonies as well. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, we know people who might be having a renewal and a bit of a new year with the winners of the Powerball that went out not too long ago. That was a Powerball craze. You didn't know anybody who didn't have a Powerball ticket. It was insane.
Actually, that would be me.
Yeah.
I was probably the
You
one that
didn't
boycotted
have
because
one?
it came to that point where I just thought, what are the odds? I think it was like 242 million to 1 at one point. But I was coming home from work, and I was like, boy, Speedway is kind of crazy busy right now. I don't know why. But it was because they wanted to purchase tickets before that threshold.
Yep.
So it grew to an enormous amount, record-breaking, actually. What did it finally finish at?
The jackpot topped out at $1.6 billion.
Oh my
You know how many
God.
zeros that is, folks?
That's
a lot
too
of
much.
zeros.
Like 6 or 7 zeros. And I know there was 3 winning tickets, so there's 3 people who split that big pot. And then in the time since, there's been a couple other winning tickets that have popped up with the $1,000, the $1 million Powerball. Because I know if you hit the Powerball number itself, I believe it was $1 million ticket. So I know someone who normally picks the number 10 on the Powerball. They actually went with the 11 this time.
Ooh.
The one time that they went with the
Right.
11, then they didn't go with the 10. They missed out on $1 million.
Well, I know the news reported that there was actually a $50,000 winner in Malone, and that was confirmed.
yeah.
Nice.
And it was also a
Nice.
$50,000 winner in Ogdensburg as well.
Nice.
Would have been kind of cool if, one of our local stores had sold one
Right.
here, but there's always a
Exactly.
next time. And you know what? I will predict this right now that I think at one time this is actually going to get higher than 1.6 billion. I think it's even going to go higher.
It might happen. I mean, there was millions and millions and millions of people who have never played Powerball before in their lives, where all of a sudden, I mean, if, like you said, if you went to Speedway to buy milk, you were in line for at least a half hour, 45 minutes because people were buying their tickets.
thought
I won.
So,
Did you?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
How much did you
I
win?
am our local winner.
what'd you get?
Good.
I won $4.
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
so-
Snap.
There's the milk. There's the milk. But also, one of the coolest things
You
about
got
it
some
is
milk.
it started everyone dreaming and thinking, what would I
Yeah.
do with this type of money? What type of, toys would I buy myself? How would I help our community? And it made me think back. I mean, if I was to purchase a ticket and win that amount of money, how could I help? And my mind was just racing. It's just too big to.
Yeah, did you
wrap
write it
around.
all down?
I didn't write it all down, but I think I was going to buy myself a new car, and it was
Oh
going
my
to be
God.
a scholarship fund for high school students. So I had some plans.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there was a lot of I seen on social media a lot of people had wanted to do a lot of things like wellness centers. This is what I would do if I won and stuff like that, So it's all very possible, even though you didn't win. There's still the community comprehensive plan with MCA if you want to get involved, because that's actually something where we're going to see our community in 15 years from now. So let's keep dreaming anyways.
Yeah, and that's cool about the community too, is because I didn't see too many grandiose ideas where they just wanted to get away and never to be seen again.
Yeah.
It seemed like everybody said, "I want to help. I
Yeah.
want to come back, and I want to help our community."
Yeah.
Right.
So that is very cool. So.
Yay.
Very generous community we live in.
Yeah. Well, that concludes today's episode. Once again, we're episode number 3 of Akwesasne Review. We would like to thank everyone for joining us, and stay tuned for our next program. Onegiwahe.
Ana. Gahandawak, did you get in that? Yep. Okay. Wait, I don't actually want to use that because I think I was a little bit like.
Yeah, a little bobbleheadish.
But your hair looks great.
But your hair looks fabulous. It has a nice bob to it when you.
Yeah, I do like it because I straighten it like
There you
real
go.
good. Wait, let me think. Wait.
There it was.
2